Good morning, Britain. Temperatures back in the 30s and no rain forecast for the next week. Another get there and carry on as normal. We'll get all the gossip over storage and making the most of our resources throughout winter, for example. When you need to, some of the changes you need to put in extra money, universal credit, all this not going to be there in time to help people.
Yeah, I mean, there is
when the government doesn't stop, they have suspended it now, and this is being positioned as a warning to Liz Truss because the YouGov poll has indicated 64% of voters.
Rishi did a rap over this.
Become a grandfather, doing oil dance training. You think, great, I think I know this dance now. And then you prepare to dance in front of some, but it's great fun. It's
could you feel your heart beating? Could you feel all of that happen?
You have to get through, and it's always going to be horrible and painful and traumatic. Boxing, and what's this? There was a cruiser. Don't want to go on holidays or find that sort of aspect happen at different moments. Expect that to still happen, that even many years later, some mind you, or you'll suddenly think, oh, there's something I need to do. And then you think it's actually for that to come in unexpected ways. Someone kind of been taken from them. A lot of time talking to other people who've gone through grief. What want them to get through it or help to put it in perspective?
When they come in, what it's really like on Love Island, and are they aware of the cameras, or do they forget that they're there?
That's what I'm always fascinated by.
Are they playing to the cameras?
Can you see any cameras, or do you just from them when they come in later?
Well, when I did I'm a Celebrity last year, this heat wave. I'm not dissing the heat wave, okay? But we all know this is Britain. And we know it's going to be pouring down. I'm old enough to remember the summer of 76.
Which one are you going back to now?
76.
Okay, fair enough.
And what we should do, based on that experience, we should appoint a minister for drought, because when they did that in 76, it rained the next day.
Oh, well, there we go. Opened. So that's the solution.
That's the solution. Appoint a minister for drought, problem over.
So we haven't got any rain on the horizon just yet. Temperatures are expected to hit 35 degrees. If you haven't got a hose pipe ban in your area, you may well do, because George Eustace, the environment, freshly laid turf.
If you have a turf laid, you can water it.
You can water it for 28 days. If you've got a hot tub, you can water that, but you can't put any water in a swimming pool or in a swim spa.
Where's the logic?
Star is actually saying, they're reporting, it's the pits. Now, this is apparently advice from Thames Water. They're saying, forget showering altogether and use a flannel. Fancy that one.
They're also suggesting that when you have a shower, you should play a track, your favourite water, anything like that. So I think if we all do our bit, as they say, we'll be all right. Listen, Lorna Shattuck's in West London. Lorna, as you were saying in the opening there, these tinder dry conditions, and it is incredibly dry. I drove through Suffolk yesterday. It was like driving through the Sahara.
So that is our top story. We'll have the full weather forecast coming up with Laura in just a few minutes. First, though, here's Sean. Let's find out what's happening with the weather. Laura has all the details. She's
conducting a little experiment. You'll know this if you were watching the show last week, because a lot of people are worried that their lawns, like ours are, I'm sure yours is absolutely brown and crackly dry, and people think, oh, it's dead, and they're petrified of this hosepipe ban coming.
Good morning, Britain. Running on empty as the dry...
But at 6:22, we're going to get the news, travel and the weather wherever you're watching.
See you in a moment. So again, let's take a look at the front pages of today's newspaper.
Progressing at pace, their work to ensure that children subjected to intrusive searches are dealt with appropriately and respectfully. And it recognises, this is what the Met say, it recognises the significant impact these searches have. And they've already made changes, they say, and they continue to work hard to balance the policing need for this kind of search with the considerable impact that it can have on young people. So it looks as if already you've made a difference. They're reacting